This video is brought to you by IXL, used by millions of students worldwide to get ahead in math, English, and more.
Today, we're going to talk about making inferences. When you draw inferences, you are making educated guesses about something. We make inferences all the time in our day-to-day lives. For example, imagine you're taking a walk in the park and you suddenly see dark clouds gathering. You might infer or guess that it's going to rain soon. We also draw inferences when we read. For example, imagine you're reading a story and come across this sentence. Kimberly glanced nervously at the clock as she quickly crammed last night's homework into her book bag. What would you think is happening here? It seems like Kimberly might be running late for school, doesn't it? But the author didn't just tell us that. We had to make an inference. To make an inference, you take the evidence from the text and apply your own background knowledge or experiences to make sense of the story. When we read, we often make inferences without even realizing it. We might make inferences about things like what a character is feeling or thinking, what a character's motivations are, or even what's happening in the story. Let's practice this with a few more examples. I let out a small giggle as I hid behind the gift table in the dark. Shh, Jaden hissed at me. She's here. My stomach felt like it had butterflies in it as I waited for Molly to turn the lights on. I couldn't wait to see her reaction. Here, the author doesn't directly tell us why the characters are hiding or what they're waiting for, but we can make some inferences to figure out what's going on. First, the narrator lets out a small giggle, which suggests the characters are in a playful situation. And did you notice how the characters are hiding in the dark? That suggests they're trying to be secretive for some reason. Ah, and look here. There's a gift table. So that suggests they're at some kind of event where people are bringing presents. Next, Jaden hisses, shh, she's here. So it seems like they have been waiting for someone to arrive. Then, the narrator describes having butterflies in her stomach. Think about your own experience. Butterflies in the stomach are a sign of excitement or nervousness, aren't they? Finally, the narrator says she can't wait to see Molly's reaction, which hints that Molly probably doesn't know that people are hiding and waiting for her. Using all these clues, the giggle, the hiding, the gift table, Jaden's hushing, the narrator's butterflies, and the anticipation of Molly's surprise, we can draw the inference that the characters are at a surprise party for Molly. If you think about your own experience with surprise parties, either in your own life or from something you've seen or read, all of these details line up, don't they? So, this inference is based on combining the details from the text with our own background knowledge. Let's try another one. Yum! Time for that chocolate bar. Wendy pulled it out of her pocket where she had kept it for hours. The foil-wrapped candy was warm to the touch. She paused a second, then shrugged. Yum! Time for chocolate goo. Okay, let's look for clues in the text and see if we can make some inferences. Here it says the chocolate bar had been in Wendy's pocket for hours and that it's warm to the touch. Think about your own experience or background knowledge. What usually happens to chocolate if you keep it in your pocket for a long time and it gets warm? The chocolate usually melts, right? So, based on that, we can infer that Wendy's chocolate bar has probably melted into a soft, gooey mess. This inference is also supported by the detail here, when Wendy refers to the chocolate as goo. And how does Wendy feel about her melted chocolate bar? Did you notice her reaction? She shrugs. When someone shrugs in a situation like this, it usually suggests that the person isn't bothered by what's happened. So, we can infer that Wendy isn't upset. This inference is further supported here when she says, yum, time for chocolate goo. This shows us that she's actually still looking forward to eating her chocolate bar, even though it's melted. Nice work making those inferences. The next time you read a story, think about what you can infer from the details the author provides. Your inferences can help you better understand the story.
Head over to IXL.com for more practice on this skill and thousands more videos in math and language arts.